welcome back to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. Welcome back, everybody. On the docket today, we have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 1, The Break-In. This is their season premiere, y'all. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, let's call a thing. Are we gonna do taglines first?
You want to do the tagline now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So hold on. Let me just bring that up. Here we go. All right. So credit given to Queens of Bravo Instagram page. This is their. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Okay. So I'm just taking us out for a little bit. So this is what I found for the taglines. And so Kyle is up first. When you're the real deal, you don't have to pretend.
I mean, kudos for Bravo to getting Kyle out of in Beverly Hills, in my town, in this town. Good job. They finally got her out of that. I appreciate that. Even though her season one tagline will always probably be her best tagline, and that's a shame.
But who's the real deal?
According to her, she is.
Okay.
I think she's speaking in general terms, but I'm sure she's like the tagline's about yourself, so I'm assuming she's talking about her.
I have no patience for Kyle.
Yeah,
I hated her in this episode. I'm just saying that now as a preface. All right, so here's the next one. Lisa Rinna. Hi, I'm Karma, and yes, I'm a bitch.
This fits her perfectly.
Yeah,
it fits her. I'm not mad at it.
And it's a different twist on the tagline. You know that, hi, I'm Karma.
Uh-huh.
I hate to say it, I like it.
I mean, she recycled Shanna's tagline, but that's okay.
Oh, which one?
Oh, Shanna's tagline from season 11 or 12, where she says, "Karma's a bitch, so I don't have to be one."
Oh Lord.
So a little bit recycled, but this fits Rinna perfectly, so I'm not mad at it.
Okay. And I do love the pants outfit. I don't know if I said that when we did their fashions or whatever. I'm not mad at this pants outfit for the cast photo. I like it a lot. All right, so next up, Erica Jane. So she's dropped Girardi now.
Right.
Interesting. She says, I have nothing to hide and nothing to lose, and that makes me dangerous.
And that's not a lie. When people are pushed in the corner and have nothing, they feel like they have nothing to lose. That's when like everything comes out, and they don't care. Like if you come for them, they'll come for you. Like what? Like she's already at she's probably always at the nearest, the lowest point of her the last 20 years. So what does she have to lose really?
I don't care.
That's
so sad. I don't care. Next up, Dorit Kemsley. You can take all my things and you won't have taken a thing that matters.
It was cute as a shot of having depth. But Dorit, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just here to see what you're wearing.
Yeah, I read that, and all I could say is nice dress.
Yeah, looking good as usual.
Wow.
You know, here's the thing with Dorit. I like Dorit overall, but when she tries to be deep, it doesn't come across well to me. It's like just be yourself. Well, the fans like you for you. They like you for the fashion. They like you for you being a mom. We like you in business. We like you in business as a designer. You don't need to pretend to be like, oh, I'm super deep. No, don't do that. We like you. We like Dorit as she is. We just want her to be Dorit. Like I said, bring the fashion, bring the designer. Like the dresses she did were fantastic last season. We love her as a mom. Like that's enough. You don't have to you don't have to be like anything more than who you are. Like
Mm.
I'm good with her where she is. This the tagline. Like if she has something about like I love my Versace, yeah, or Italy or something like something more authentic to her.
Mm. Okay.
Because it's so
Okay.
authentic to her.
Jamal, I have a feeling that you're going to show more grace than I am this season. Just saying. Let's see, who's next? Garcelle Bouvet. I don't need the spotlight. I shine just fine.
She was like, I'm already a star. Next,
I have a problem though. Who is doing this to Garcelle? Garcelle's one of the most
right,
photogenic people that
right.
is out there, and yet Bravo always finds a way to make her look like she got hit by a cement block.
People
What?
call people call that out like way long ago when the photos first came out.
So irritating. So irritating. Oh, but I digress. And you like this tagline?
For her, yeah, but she's telling you she's I'm already a star.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Yep. Yep. All right. So next, Sutton Strake. If you want a seat at my table, you best mind your manners. Ooh.
Very on brand for Sutton.
And is it a dig to Lisa Rinna?
I think it is.
At least she's helping Lisa Rinna with her one and only plotline this season.
Right. Well, no, she has two
What?
because
Oh,
Kathy and
Lois.
Kyle. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about her mom passing. You really think Kathy and Kyle is a plot line for her?
Yeah, it's her backup
Oh my
because
God.
she's firmly put herself in that.
Mm. I don't know. I tread lightly getting between siblings because, especially if I'm not a sibling, you could
Yeah,
get burnt.
right.
Anyway, good luck. All right, I like this. I like this. Next up, Crystal Kung Minkoff. They say talk is cheap, but in Beverly Hills, it can cost you.
She's not lying.
How come they threw in the Beverly Hills for her? They took it away from Cal and gave it to her. Is this a signal?
A changing of the guard, maybe.
Oh, I was wondering.
You get to have the Beverly Hills in your tagline now.
I was wondering. I thought it was very odd.
But see, this is her brand. Because remember her tagline last year when she said Hollywood is full of pretenders and I slay them all. So they keeping her in the and
Mm.
they keeping her in the Beverly Hills Hollywood scene. I got you.
Oh, interesting.
But
Cute
see,
dress.
but here's the thing with her though. I wonder if she's gonna be one of the bone carriers this season. Because I want to know who's talking and who are you talking to.
Mm.
Because there's something I wonder who's been running their mouths and how does either Crystal did they come to Crystal directly or did she hear from third party?
And she ran with the rich people because remember, she knew Kathy for a long time. This
Mm-hmm.
Diane person that's coming on, that's rich, or nouveau riche,
Nouveau Reef,
as she
right?
calls it, she's known her for a while as well. Mm,
I'm
that
intrigued.
them rich people gossip. I can't wait. She needs to start talking.
Right, or at least driving a receipt.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, so next up is Diana. Sorry, I called her Diane. So Diana Jenkins. The only thing better than having it all is having even more.
That is Elizabeth Vargas's recycle tagline in a way.
You know what I thought when I saw this and her? Erica Jane, your time is running out.
Right.
Your
This is also
replacement is
and
here.
and this is also a recycle of Taylor's season one tagline. I think
Mm,
it is. She's like, people think I have it all, but I want more. That was Taylor's like
mm.
season one tagline. So, and it's a combination of the two taglines, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, Thank you so much, Queens of Bravo, for sharing that, because I didn't know where else to get it. So I just went to the gram, and y'all know I don't go
Right?
to the gram for much else. Okay, so let's get into this
I think with
show.
that, if I may suggest, I think with this group, I think going person by person is going to be easier. To be completely fair, to be completely frank.
But I think the way in which the series in which they set up the show gives a lot to the storyline, because there's some things that I want to point out. I had a lot of questions with this episode.
Uh-oh. Debbie is someone with the questions. All right, let's go.
Okay, so we open up at Dorito's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we see the security footage, and the thieves are coming in. And then it goes it was 3 days earlier or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And so then we see the fluff pieces where we go back and we see Kyle is at her house with Mauricio and Erica and Lisa and, Crystal with her daughter, Garcelle and Sutton in Miami talking about gangbangs, all these little fluff things. And then we
Mm-hmm.
see Dorit coming. She's at the London airport and she's got the kids and she's flying back. So we see all of that trash, right? More trash with Kyle doing the kickboxing thing, but kudos to Portia. She's doing a lot better than she was last year. I guess Kyle sort of figured it out. I don't know. She had a bat mitzvah. Happy bat mitzvah. Then we see Lisa and Erica together. And she gives the little joke about being Door-It light because she has on different vintages of Gucci. We find out that Erica's dating again, has a secret admirer that can afford to send her flowers, and she's having sex. Didn't need to know that. We see Garcelle and Sutton in Miami. Garcelle is doing the Angels. What is it called? She's at a charity. I have it later on in my notes. But they're getting, they're sitting down and they're talking about Sutton's appearance on Watch What Happens Live, where she brought up the situation with Lisa going to Elton John's annual charity ball. And, Lisa and Harry. And Sutton invited them to sit at her table. Now, she bought a table. $77,000 to buy this table. And she invited them to sit there. And what she said on Watch What Happens Live was, I didn't get a thank you. And so she says, I think it'll be okay with Lisa. But Garcelle knows why she did it, was to stick up for her over the pasta sauce from last year. Because apparently a thank you, Jamal, that's not enough. I've got to send you several texts afterwards to say thank you all over again. So we go back to Erica's house, and Lisa's like, I was in my bed. And I'm watching Watch What Happens Live, as I normally do, because I need to keep my job with Andy. And lo and behold, Sutton told this lie on me. Really? According to Lisa, she and Harry, they walk the red carpet. They go every year. How dare she? How dare she? She's not saying that you don't go every year. What she's saying is that you ain't buy a table.
Right. That's what she said.
And apparently so does Elton John's tax records. Because the only housewife on there is Sutton for that year. That was in question. And then Diana's company has given contributions directly. So, Lisa, all that righteous indignation that you got with your best friend Erica, who has a pre-existing grudge with Sutton, we see y'all teaming up trying to take her down.
Right.
I'm not liking it.
Mm-mm. And I'm like, Erica and Lisa, y'all have your own issues with other people in that group, so you ain't got time to be trying to team up again and try to take Sutton down.
And so at this point, I was worried because I'm thinking about last season's Sutton with the eye roller. You know, oh my gosh, she's gonna need security. She's gonna need therapy. What's going on? I'm thinking that this is the same Sutton. Next, we see Sutton going over to Crystal House. They made up, y'all. I'm loving it.
And that's bad. And that's bad for Lisa Rinna. That's bad. I think, in my opinion, I don't think Crystal likes Lisa.
I don't know.
I can't see that friendship, especially if Kathy don't like Lisa. Because like, what the problem with Lisa, what she's doing, I'm skipping ahead. In my opinion, Kathy's looking at her like, you sticking your nose in family business. I really don't like you now.
Well, I'm gonna call a thing a thing. Doesn't Crystal always side on the side of money?
Oh, she's smart.
Okay.
I would.
Okay. So apparently what happened was after the season finished, they actually sat down and talked to each other.
Rain Grey Wolf.
Uh-huh.
Renna and Harry do not go every year, though they've been in a number of them. There are no financial records to prove they ever made financial contributions.
Thank you so much.
Job. They only attended the dinner. Ooh.
Right. So they begging for seats. They begging for seats.
And I'm sorry, Lisa, 77K for a table versus Harry's pasta sauce. Okay, moving on.
But you see where the alliances are forming. You
Right.
got the people with money, and then the brokety brokes. Okay, so they have formed a friendship. They have better communication. They've realized that there's a lot of similarities, and they've really built their relationship, their foundation off of baseball. This is cute. I'm liking this. This is how she built her friendship with Garcelle. Remember, they got off on the wrong foot. How'd you make your money?
Right.
So they are good. I'm still cautious with Crystal because I haven't gone to any of the baseball games. So I'm still protecting Sutton because I'm still thinking that she's doing this. So I'm worried for her.
No, I got you.
You know, I worry for her. And Crystal, I thought this was truthful. She says she could see how Sutton can be cheeky with some of her jabs. And that's okay. That is part of her quirky personality that I like because they're harmless, what she says. Sutton says that she started dating and she gives her criteria on what she wants. She wants tall. She wants tall, funny, and love cats or something like that.
Right. But then the shade she threw at Erica.
No. Wait, we're gonna get to that. Get to that. Okay. Because when I heard this, when she was with her friend, I was like, that's so nice. That's so nice. All right. So next we see Eric and Garcelle. Now, Garcelle did give Sutton the heads up that she was going to meet with Erica and she was going to try to see if she could get Erica to apologize to Sutton. Okay, that was a nice thought. So they meet up for a workout. They do the workout. They sit down and they talk. And I was just like, say what now? Say what now? So Erica seems to be a little bit delusional. Everything has been disproven. She's never touched any of that money physically. It's never been in any of her accounts. All the lawyers have said that, and it's out there. You know, it's all disproven. And the looks. I'm gonna share this. Hold on. The looks, the looks, the looks. Okay. So again, thank you, Queens of Bravo. Garcelle, other than Erica saying that they've been disproven, I've seen nothing, not in the papers, not in the blog, nowhere. If this is true, why isn't it in the press? Garcelle is back asking all the questions the viewers want to know. No choice but to hashtag Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And look at the expression on that beautiful face. My
Right?
God. My God.
My favorite part though was the looks, and she asked when Erica. Remember when Erica said like, "Oh, this has been disproven." When Garcelle asked her where, I was like, "Oops."
Yeah, and then the producer part with the confessional part,
Right.
that was openly hostile. Bravo, do your due diligence. They can look it up and all of that.
Right.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I'm like, here's the thing. For me, this is a good start. Like Sutton is pulling no punches. Garcelle is pulling no punches. Like if this is what we're gonna get, if this is what we're gonna get moving forward, I have hope. If we're gonna get this kind of honesty and this kind of forwardness, if these like look at the new girls, Crystal, Sutton, and Garcelle, the three newest, because we haven't met Diana yet. If they're gonna give us this kind of raw honesty and calling people to the carpet, I'm here for it, because I'm kind of over Kyle making excuses for everybody. But we'll get to that.
Erica says that Sutton has repeated things that have been proven false. She's never had the 20 million, but there's a tax return that says that you did.
Right. And if the money technically wasn't in your account, you still benefited from that money. Sorry.
And then Garcelle she is so cute. She's like, so because all of these like lies were out about you, does this give you like grounds to sue? And this woman, Erica, actually says that's coming later. With what money?
Right.
And then she says, was this where she says, yes, Garcelle says that she's not going to ask anything more about Tom. But Erica says that Tom's in a facility and there's some issues with divorcing a legally incompetent man.
Right.
She has more lawsuits to fight. She'll get divorced when she can. Erica is trying her best to sort it all out. That was the biggest load of hot horse shit I've heard in a long time. And how Garcelle kept a straight face while looking at her was beyond me. But the tilt to the side was everything. When Garcelle did that, the tilt to the side of her head, like, wait, what?
Right. Beautiful.
This is the road we going down with Erica. I'm not here for it. Just not. Okay, so next we see Dorit is at home with her kids doing karate.
Real quick. Running Grey Wolf says that divorce is not happening anytime soon. You know what, Running Grey Wolf? I agree with you, and I don't think she wants it to happen anytime soon. Because when she's holding out hope, there's going to be some money left over that will go to her as they're still married. That's just my opinion and working theory at this point. Because if you really wanted to get divorced, they can make that happen for you.
Right, but there's so much money that's been stolen over so many decades. What money does she think is going to be left? They can't even sell their Pasadena house.
Right.
Or his Pasadena house.
Yeah, his.
Okay, girl. Okay. All right, so this was my first problem with this show. It's this scene with Dorit. Okay, so this is supposed to be the afternoon before the robbery. The robbery happens that night. She's having the karate thing with the kids, and she's good. She's in the backyard, and Garcelle calls her to check in to see how things are going. Like, I guess they've repaired their friendship as well. Dorit says that she's aware that she has to limit her words when conversing with Garcelle, and maybe it'll be okay, but we good for now. Where I wasn't good was, remember when the burglary happened and they said that filming was supposed to commence the next day? And it was strange, coinky dink. How come they was filming the afternoon before the burglary? I just feel like the scene was filmed afterwards and then put in. Even the call. So I have timeline issues.
Very well says, the judges are not letting her out of the marriage because of the enormous joint financial responsibility. We're talking into the billions, not millions. That's true.
Ooh.
Because remember, he closed. Oh, he won like, I think at least 2, if not 3, of those cases were $1 billion cases. And let's not forget the 80 million that have gone poof.
Oh my God.
Remember that 80 million? She's like, how do we have $80 million in cash that I don't know about? That's missing.
So wait, you see Shay's comment? Not saying it's fake, but Dorit is trying to get some insurance money. I was seeing in some other chats, PK got gambling problems?
I can't remember if I heard about that or not, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Oh, Lord.
Because she said Dorit made sure to say that some of those pieces are irreplaceable. When I hear that, when I hear irreplaceable, I think insurance.
But she's also saying, she was telling them where to get the good stuff. I know we're jumping ahead. Okay, never mind. We'll get there. At 6 a.m., then I could believe. Ebony, remind me of Ebony's 6 a.m. thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa. If Dorit's robbery happened at 6, what time did they say that robbery
4 a.m.
happened?
I heard her say 4 a.m., but I can't remember if that's when the police got there. There was no timestamps on any of the security footage. But it was dark.
Why did I keep talking? I don't know why it's weird, because I remember when this came out months and months ago, that when PK's home, he normally puts the alarm on, and I want to say the alarm normally goes on at 11 p.m.
She said that she didn't put on the alarm because her kids wander around, and that was in Watch What Happens live after the show.
Running Grey Wolf, yes. Okay, yeah. He owes the Wynn or the Venetian $1 million. They spotted him. They spotted him $1 million, from what I recall.
Oh my God.
And he lost and never paid that money back. Running Grey Wolf, thank you for reminding me.
Oof.
They gave him. I think they're called markers. If I recall, they're called markers.
Yeah. So she said she put the kids in their bed, which is something that she doesn't do when PK's not there. She went to bed, and then she heard her door open. She was suffering with jet lag, gets up, but it's a big person there, not a little person.
I was thinking about something. If I think you get. This is bad. And tell me, chat and Debbie, tell me if I'm wrong. If I recall correctly, now Dorit's saying the robbery had been at 4 a.m. Garcelle had said that's just so weird. As I had just talked to you, I can't remember if she said 5 hours earlier or hours
5 or
earlier.
6 hours.
Thank you. So, and it was daytime when y'all were on the phone.
Yes, and that's why I have a problem with this, because they was out in the sunny backyard with karate.
Right. So how are you saying that you got robbed at 4 a.m.?
Well, either the police showed up or that's when I can't remember if anyone in the chat could remember when she said that 4 a.m. thing, because that's when she was explaining it to Mauricio and Kyle and them at Kyle House later on, where she was reenacting it. I heard 4 a.m. come up. I can't remember if that's when the robbery took place or when the police came. Running Gray Wolf, yep, that's another thing too. So you can turn on the exterior because she has to have the fancy model, because if ADT can do it, you could turn on the exterior and the interior, it can accommodate for pets and kids, right? I don't have a fancy system, but I'm assuming she has a fancy system. And how did that whole glass door break and she not hear it, but she only heard when they entered her room and she heard the soft click of her door opening? Wow. Okay. Just, I have inconsistencies here. I'm not saying that it didn't happen.
Okay, here's interesting. Here's this article from us from 3 hours ago. Here's what the article said. A terrifying situation. Dorit Kemsley's Encino home was burglarized on Wednesday, October 27th. Us Weekly can confirm. A home invasion robbery happened at 10:50 last night, and it happened at the 1700 block. Blah, 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 blah. So this is 10:50. I'm trying to think, what time did she say the police? Because I think, didn't she say the police arrived because they were there per her phone? This timeline is very interesting.
So then maybe the police arrived at 4 a.m.
I think that might be the way. I think that if it's 4 a.m., that it would have to be the police. Because remember, they were there for, didn't she say they were there for like 20 minutes?
It was quick because she said to the robbers, don't you think you've taken enough? Like, I don't want you to get in trouble. And they put everything into the duvet and dragged it out.
But so I think she said it was 20 minutes. We're going to say 20 minutes, right? 20 minutes, if she was robbed, that means 20 minutes puts it at 11:10. And they told her to count to like 40. They count or something. And she's like, don't take my phone, don't take my phone, don't take my phone. And she mentioned that 40 minutes later, she got her phone because they left it at the gate.
Right, because they told her they would leave it at the gate for her.
Right. So 20 minutes, that's 11:10. We'll say 11:20, 11:20, 30 minutes. Plus 40 minutes, that puts you at midnight. Why did the police not get there till 4 a.m.?
How are you making deals with people who, like 20 minutes earlier, was said, just kill her? How did we get from there to just leave my phone at the front gate and turn it on the flickering flash on her phone so that she could find it? Really? They so considerate?
Now, that's interesting. Now we're breaking down this timeline. I need to go rewatch the episode.
You see why I wanted to do it in chronological order? Because like things ain't adding up for me. And I watched it very early this morning. So I might have not been paying full attention.
I watched it live when it came on and wasn't thinking about the timeline until we started talking about it here. I'm like, this is very interesting how they did this.
I don't know. I just have questions. I don't mean, like, I'm not saying in any way that her robbery did not happen. I am not saying that. I'm just saying I have a problem with the editing of the show. I blame editing for this because it's making me ask questions that I shouldn't be asking, because it's making me doubt this woman's story and the trauma that she went through. And I don't want to be coming across as doing that. But
I 100% blame editing on this one.
Yeah, production do better.
Because you're taking away from her story, because when you do that, when they make editing mistakes, especially with things that's serious, you cause us to have questions, and where questions shouldn't be had. You know, she should be allowed to tell her story. Her story should be laid out in chronological order, the way she says it happened. not the way you want it, not the way you want it to happen, or or how
Mm-hmm.
you want to make it to look. That's not fair to her, and it's not fair. It's not fair to the family overall. Because I overall felt really bad for her. Like I couldn't imagine being in her position. But when Bravo, when you guys do these things, you're doing a disservice to everyone involved, especially the victim, and which in
Mm-hmm.
this case is Dorit and her family.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry we had to take the long way around with this, but I had questions.
And they're coming
Um
from the way they presented it to us.
yeah. Yeah. Um okay, so the ladies have some like why are they focusing on how old and crappy they looked getting out of their cars to go and see Dorit when she was supposedly in this time of need?
Right.
Um, y'all fucking hags.
I'd be more concerned if y'all. I'd have more questions if y'all came up there in glam. Your fridge just got robbed, but you come there in glam. Okay. No
No, they
sentence
came
here.
without glam
No, that's what I'm saying.
and
I
double
asked more
yeah.
questions. I asked more
Mm-hmm.
questions if they came
Yeah.
in glam.
Well, that also goes to prove that they weren't filming yet. But yet we got the karate scene.
Hmm.
So I just
Exactly.
I can't with this. I can't. Next we see the dumbest scene ever in all of Housewives history across any of these franchises. Kyle is sitting at home in one of her living rooms, looking out the window, wiping away a tear that wasn't there, and crying for no good goddamn fucking reason. And Sutton shows up and talking about her allergies and some cookies that she found under the seat of her car and gives them to Kyle.
That was too
Um,
funny.
you know, Kyle is still weeping and Sutton is like she couldn't be bothered. She said, I got problems. I've been putting out fires. Kyle says, what fires have you been putting out? Like, we should all be thinking about just door it. And she goes, I have a French designer that's having problems with immigration, and this is my business. I got things to do. Um, she says, Kyle is like outraged. She's like, what could be more important than what happened to Door It? Sutton says, this is important for her business and what she's trying to do. I mean, it's all relative. She wasn't held at gunpoint or anything. I'm sorry. Oh,
Son just does not care at this point. Son don't got time.
and it's when I saw this, and I know everybody is saying how rude and inconsiderate that she is, right? But this is when I noticed the transformation, the evolution from this Door It to the I don't give two fucks Door It. Because in her head, all of these people turned against her last year.
Right.
All of them. So they didn't care about her. So why is she like, I think in a small part of her head, she feels bad, but
Hmm.
she has her business that she's worried
Right.
about. Right? So I didn't feel that bad about this. I was like, Sutton has changed. I like it. So next we see Lisa and Crystal. They're going to the Andaz. Lisa's planning a 70th birthday party for Harry. But she's questioning the timing of everything, especially with what happened with Door It. Crystal suggests that she talks to Door It and just see what the priority is. But I think this is a fake scene because she's already booked and paid for this space and she's not stopping this. This is part of the filming
Right.
that's going on. And let's just call a thing. Lisa Rinna does not have much except one little catered event per season, and this is it. So we're celebrating Harry Hamlin turning 70. Next, we see Sutton and Kyle, and they're talking about Sutton back on the dating scene, and she tells Kyle that she spoke to Crystal, and Crystal might have some candidates for her. Kyle says something about Erica's also dating, but she's doing an app. And Sutton says that she might have different qualifications because she has her own money. And she don't need somebody else's money to exist.
I mean, Sutton's feeling some kind of way.
And I was like, oh, I like this. She says, unlike Erica, she doesn't need the money to make herself feel better. Erica might be missing the lifestyle. And she might need somebody to provide that for her. Kyle brings up what happened last year. And she regrets that she didn't speak up for her at Kathy's house. But when they have disagreements in the group, they like to move on. And she's sure that when Erica left Kathy's house, she probably cried her eyes out. And this is where Sutton said, I can't believe you telling me this bullshit. I'm going to stop you right there. Kyle's like, are you going to let me finish my sentence? She's like, no. I'm just going to tell you, shutting that down. No. No way.
No, when Kyle asked me, you're not going to let me finish the sentence, she's like, I'm going to let you finish, but I already don't agree with you, so go ahead. That was hilarious.
But she stopped listening.
Yeah, she did. She just tuned completely out.
She focused on something away from Kyle, and she was done. And she goes, she said Erica was so mean that night, and no one at that table stood up for her, and she's not backing down on it. She says that, let's see. She says that there's a double standard. She says there's a double standard in her confessional, and I agree with it, because when the husbands, Mauricio and PK, were laughing at her circumstances, there was no big blowout on that. But Sutton was verbally threatened by Erica because she asked questions. She was the softer target. That's what that was. She says that she's now seeing who Erica is as a friend. And if Kyle wants to be friends with her, she doesn't care. And then I found this also on Queens of Bravo. Looky this. Okay, Sutton. You feel sorry for Erica because she went home to cry? Maybe. Go talk to all those victims and families. They're crying. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. And now we said it. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. By the way, I like this pink on her. It's real pretty. Anywho, I'm seeing a new Sutton. Girl, I love it.
Just don't care.
And then let's see. Is this the last scene where all the women gather at Kyle's house, and Dorit actually attends? Where her kids at? We find out that the kids are at home with PK's assistant and security. But if something like that happened, I don't got no kids. I'm going to preface it. But first of all, I wouldn't have been staying in that house because someone violated my home and my peace of mind and threatened me, and my kids were there. So all of our security is shattered. I wouldn't have been staying there, but I wouldn't have let my kids out of my sight either.
Right.
But she came to film. Okay. So they're waiting for PK to come in because he was in London. She came ahead. They went to a wedding or something like that in London. So she tells her story, and Mauricio looks like he's eating throughout this story, and he looks like I don't know, like he had something that was giving him the munchies or something because he was real focused on eating. She tells her story. I felt bad for her. I really did. Um, I hate to say this. Well, Garcelle shows up late. She gives her a gift. We find out that it's like a healing crystal and a sage. And it seems like Dorit really appreciates that because she's walking around with it instead of just putting it down.
Right.
PK gets there. They're crying. Oh, Bubba, are you okay? Are you okay? Yes, Bubba. Whatever. What irritated me in this scene when Mauricio came in and welcomed PK, did you see how Kyle dragged Mauricio from in front of her because she didn't want her shot blocked? And she was telling him where to sit because she needed to sit next to PK so that she could be in the scene in which to comfort him when he was trying to comfort his wife. That irritated the snot out of me.
Yeah, Kyle had to get the shot though.
It was just very irritating. At the end, they're leaving. Lisa says, should I be doing Harry's birthday party? And PK says, in my religion, you don't cancel a good thing because of a bad thing. And they put up Simcha or something on the bottom. I didn't look it up.
Mm-hmm.
And she was never canceling that anyway. So
right.
Whatever. And then we see the final scene. And I want to know, did Kyle move to the hood? I've never heard that many police sirens go off. What? Did you hear all the sirens when she was sitting out there by herself? Like we was in downtown, I don't know, Kiev or something with air sirens going up. I don't know what was going on. But she's sitting there and she's kind of, I guess, not collapsing, mentally collapsing. And she's saying to herself, I'm okay. I'm okay. There were parts of this that I believed, and there were parts of this that I didn't. Do I believe that Dorit went through a traumatic experience? Yes. Do I believe how it's being relayed to me with this? No.
It's not fair to her because it's not fitting together. Like it would, like how it's portrayed to us. It doesn't seem like that it would happen that way. Mm-hmm. And based on the editing alone, it's like,
It was just odd. But those were my questions. That was the episode. What y'all think? I mean, with the exception of Kyle, it was okay.
Yeah, it's a good start. And if they continue, if they, like I said, Garcelle, Sutton, and Crystal continue to call people out, I'm here for it. Because last year we were sick of the Erica show. Like, we're not having them. And this year there seems to be more meat with these ladies. So I'm here for it right now.
And we still have to meet Diana.
Right.
And Cherie.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Diana?
I don't know her. I've read some things online. I'm like, ooh, that's a shame for you.
Well, no, that's why I think she's going to be Erica's replacement. I think this might be Erica's last season. Because if it were up to me, last season would have been her last season. I'm not interested in this anymore. And I think it's like a slow poison in this group of friends.
Mm-hmm. Need some new blood.
Mm-hmm. And Cherie, I've always liked her on the other reality shows that she was on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be bringing a fun component to this cast.
Right.
But that's just my thing. I think it'll
Yeah.
be a good counterbalance to the nouveau riche bullshit of Diana and down to earth realness of Cherie.
Yeah, I just want to see who Cherie's gonna get into it with, though.
But as a friend, you think she's going to get into it with anybody or just serve as
Uh,
like
I
muscle
mean,
backup?
look at Marlo.
Marlo's
Mar,
a different thing, though. We can't expect that from first season, can we?
I'm just intrigued about how it's gonna play out
Mm-mm-mm.
because okay. It depends if Cherie's trying to get on the show.
Oh.
It's gonna come down to like how much we really get, what we really get. Now, if she wants to be on the show full time, we may she just may come out the gate swinging. But if she's not really trying to be on here like that, then
Mm-hmm.
we'll just probably get the laid back, cool version. Like I really don't need y'all knowing.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Oh, Lord. I love how the baby appended his burglar, but Dorit had a whole conversation with her. Yep. Well, I just find it odd. They wanted to kill you, and then you're giving them advice on what to take and hurry up, and y'all making deals on where they leaving your cell phone. Just saying. Hold on. You think Sutton has a tiny bit of Asperger? Interesting. Ablavi says I would be glam. Oh my god. Some stuff just don't click. Mm-hmm.
And that's where the problem is.
Running Gray Wolf says I love Sutton and her money isn't stolen. Oops. If you think that people dislike Kyle and Rinna now, just wait till we get Kyle and Kathy scene. Oh, geez. You know what? I'm not believing any of these previews that they're giving us because, especially on this franchise, they do the okey doke all the time. Sutton brings the fashion, whether we understand it or not. Sutton has claws and maybe her vampire teeth are well hidden. She don't play. Exactly. Like, seriously, if somebody did to you what happened to her and then multiply it by the whole friend group, are you going to give two shits about these people?
Mm-mm.
I know I wouldn't. I mean, I feel bad, but there you go. That's the extent. She's not married to money anymore, so she gotta like multiply hers what she got.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah, the dummy leaves her babies to go to a friend's house. I didn't understand that. I would have brought my kids with me.
That was my thing.
And I mean, even if even if they had to cut the scene and let the kids go in first and then show me getting out the car by myself. But my kids, I wasn't going to leave my kids. I don't know. Why would you leave the babies that you gave birth to even to go to work? Well, she might have contractual obligations. I don't know. And like we were all saying when this first happened, storyline, her position was in jeopardy last year with her failed attempt to go after Garcelle. Exactly, Running Gray Wolf. I'd have security with my children and me while filming. They would not be out of my sight. Just saying. 4
That was just the thing,
seasons would
though.
have been my new address for a while. But can she afford that? Now that we're hearing about this marker, I'm just, asking for a friend.
And the taxes.
Wait, taxes too?
Remember they still have those taxes, right? Or
Wait,
did they settle that?
did you hear that they finally sold the Beverly Hills mansion that they had when they first got on the show?
Really? That's good for
They
them.
just unloaded it.
That's good for them. I'm happy.
Well, maybe he could pay off that marker now.
I mean, remember last season they had taxes, but they wouldn't talk about it. I wonder if they got those squared away.
Mm. But I heard that there are 8 housewives. That is going to be a good season. Yeah, they are. There's 8. Good Lord. It's a packed house. Running Gray Wolves. Sutton is amazing and spends her money well. She's not going broke. Nope.
You know what? You know what, Sutton? She's an investor. She doesn't. She doesn't like spend money like willy nilly. She's like anything she buys, you can see like, oh, this is an investment. This is an investment.
Well,
Like
not only that, with her
even her home.
splurges, but look at the splurge, the car. She ran that by the financial advisor first.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And he gave her a budget.
Mm-hmm.
And she stayed within her budget.
How much did they get for the house? Oh my God, I can't remember. Hold on.
I'm just happy it got sold, to be honest.
Well, considering it's been on the market since season 1, I mean, well, her first season on here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it. Google search. 7.2 million. Yeah, 7 after multiple price cuts. How much did they make? Hold on. They had initially listed the property for 12.75 in 2017, and they finally sold it for 7.2 million for a profit of just $635,000. So they can't pay off the marker. Oopsies. Oh my God. Guess who was the listing agent?
Mauricio?
Uh-huh.
You know Mauricio getting his coins. Come on now.
Well, no wonder they didn't make a profit. Oh, geez. Oh, well. Well, mazel tov to them. At least that's one set of property taxes and utilities they don't have to pay.
Exactly. That's all that counts at this point, to be completely honest.
Wait, Running Gray Wolf says 7.2 mil is a drop in the bucket. Oops. Child, I don't know.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
they missed out on like what $5 million with the price cuts. Oof.
Yeah. Well, that was the episode, y'all. I mean, it was a decent start. I just had questions.
Right.
It's not a good thing when I have questions at 5 o'clock in the morning. All right, Jamal, any final thoughts on this mess?
No, from on my end, no. I think we're solid and good to go.
Sweet. So tomorrow we're doing Maps Australia and 90 Day Fiance, right?
Right.
I haven't watched 90 Day yet.
Me neither.
God. Jesus. All right, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. I hope 90 Day is decent. Jeez. All right, so let's wrap this up. Guys, thanks so much for joining us today. The live chat was awesome. I can't wait to hear your comments on this premiere episode of season 12 for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And Jamal, until next time.
But of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.